This is going to be video number 109 on your Firearms Defense channel. This is going to be my commentary on the Sandy Hook shootings. On December 14, 2012, Adam Lanza fatally shot 20 children and 6 adult staff members at Sandy Hook Elementary School in the village of Sandy Hook in Newton, Connecticut. Before driving to the school, Lanza had shot and killed his mother, Nancy Lanza, at their Newton home. As first responders arrived, Lanza committed suicide by shooting himself in the head. The incident was the second deadliest school shooting in the United States history after the 2007 Virginia Tech massacre. It also was the second deadliest mass murder at an American elementary school after the 1927 Bath school bombings in Michigan. That was a brief description of the Sandy Hook shootings per Wikipedia. Now I want to address several issues here before I get to my main issue, which is should citizens such as myself have a civilian version of the military assault rifles. Issue number one is the possibility that this individual and other mass murderers have been driven over the edge, so to speak, because they were taking psychotropic and antidepressant drugs for treating depression. And my commentary on that and my take on that is it's certainly a possibility. These drugs do have those side effects, and it's especially bad if you withdraw from them for some reason or quit taking them. And naturally, the drug companies who sell these drugs and make millions of dollars, and the government and all the other, the FDA and all the other entities responsible for the regulation of these drugs aren't going to say this or come out and allude to it by any means. So I think that's a good possibility. Issue number two here, which certain individuals have alluded to, was that the Aurora, Colorado shooter had CIA and or possible government help. Well, that makes perfect sense to me, although I have no way of knowing that, because when you consider all the weapons that he had, very sophisticated weapons, all the ammunition he had, the body armor he had, that's not really commonly available to civilians, and it costs a lot of money to buy body armor and purchase the weapons and ammunition and other things of this nature. So that's another possibility, but since I'm not an expert on either of these issues, I'll have to leave that to other people. Now we get to the main issue here. That issue is, do citizens such as myself have a need, or should we even own civilian versions of these military assault weapons? Now, people who say that we shouldn't are always bringing up the issue that they don't have legitimate sporting uses. Now, I'd be the first to tell you that they have no legitimate sporting uses, although you could easily kill deer and other small game and stuff like this for meat. If you had to, you could use these weapons for that. They're not really particularly useful for that, but you could use them for that if you had to. But my feeling is the main use for these weapons is to secure our personal freedom. Now, on video 100, I made extensive commentary about the video Innocence Betrayed, and that video has countless examples of government takeovers and government oppression and government mass murders. And when the government rounds up people and commits these atrocities, it's everybody that goes. They kill women, they kill children, they kill men, of course. They commit countless rapes, countless atrocities. People are just marched off to prison camps. They're just exterminated. And if they don't have weapons to fight back, that's the end of it. And these things don't make the front page in their country, and they just barely get noticed anywhere else in the world. You know, there's nobody that makes a big issue out of these things. This Sandy Hook issue, although it's of course a terrible tragedy, or Colorado, Virginia Tech were terrible tragedies, nobody certainly likes to see things like this happen, least of all me. But if we banned firearms, if the government rounded up firearms and took them away from the citizens, if the government totally disarmed us and they took over and they made themselves responsible for this, you'd have atrocities and a government takeover, and this would make Sandy Hook and the Virginia Tech and Aurora, Colorado seem like Sunday school picnics. Now, I know everybody out there, nobody thinks our government certainly wouldn't do anything like this. This couldn't happen in the United States. We'd never do anything like that. Well, I hate to be the bearer of sad news, but has anybody really paid attention to what our current government has done? Has anybody really paid any attention to the fact that this guy doesn't have a birth certificate? That's Obama, President Obama. Nobody knows where he was born. He's done countless acts of passing laws through presidential edict, bypassing Congress entirely on numerous issues. There's talk about bypassing Congress and bypassing the Senate on the gun control issues. So who says he couldn't do something like this? You know, how do we know that that's not a possibility, or that's not in the offing? And the only way in the end we're going to feel secure in our Second Amendment rights, the only way we're going to feel secure in our liberty and in the freedoms we enjoy now, is to have the armed citizen. And as bad as I feel about these mass murderers, and as much as I wish we could keep these weapons out of the hands of our mentally unstable people, I'm sorry to have to be the bearer of sad news, but that's just the price we're going to have to pay for the freedom and liberty that we enjoy now. And I want to sum this video up with one last thought here, and then I'm going to sign off here. Government is not a source of evil. Governments are the only source of evil. This is Firearms Defense signing off on video number 109, and I'll see you on video number 110.